It is that time. Once again, it's time to check in with our friends from Blush Exotic, the Ultimate Gentleman's Club, 9th Street, downtown Pittsburgh. BlushExotic.com is the website. Be sure to check them out. My guest joining me today, now, I like to say this every time we have a guest in studio, only the best at Blush Exotic. But my guest right now, I got a small bone to pick with her. So we're going to do that right now because it's been about a year since Phoenix Phires came to hang out with us in studio. And we'll get to that in a second. But I opened the door to let her in, and I say, wait a minute, who's this brown-haired girl? Oh my God, that's Phoenix Phires. Because the last time you were here, you had like this color hair. She had the fire red hair. Now, it's not that I don't love the brown hair, because I do. You still look fantastic. She kept a little bit as a memento just to torture us. How about that? But I love the red hair. What made you change your mind? What was the thought process? Why'd you change it up?
I don't know. It's just a couple of things. Just keeping up with it was taking a lot, dyeing it monthly. And I did have a few club owners that I would go to, and they're like, oh, we'd like to see your natural color. And it's just easier to keep up with. I think it looks nice. I've gotten a lot of compliments since the change.
It looks great. You look wonderful. Now, let that be a lesson to you guys. Having awesome hair takes maintenance.
It does.
It's a very, very exhausting. It's worthwhile, but it's an exhausting process.
It was fun, but I feel like it was also time for a change. Phoenix is maturing, and I've grown a lot in my shows, and it was time to do something different.
You're more refined.
Yeah.
That's the word. I think that was perfect. More refined. But we still appreciate you. We still love having you here. We enjoy it all the same.
Here,
yeah, we love having you here. Good. Now you have to tell this story, because you were telling me about how, because we both say, hey, it's been a year since you've been here. So you have to tell the story about how you came to the realization that you hadn't been here a while. You got to tell these guys this.
So we were at Expo this year, and there was another club owner, and Albert was there, and my agent was sitting to the side, and this club owner comes over and says, oh, have you met Albert? And I said, oh yeah, I've been to his club before. And it's been like a year, and he looked at me, he said, it has been a while, why haven't you been to my club? My agent's sitting there and go,
and he's just
he goes, I'm sorry.
I'm sure your head turned, you go like this, he's just like,
It's like, I'm sorry, it's busy.
For shame.
But now I'm back, so
for shame.
We made it back.
And not a moment too soon. We love having you here, so we appreciate it.
Thanks.
What you been up to? I'm sure you've been all over the place. Where you been up to these days?
Oh man, I never remember.
It's just too many to keep track.
There's too many, yeah.
You're just like,
it starts to be a blur.
You just like kind of just dump the tickets, and then like you get off the plane, you're just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know how like when you travel sometimes, when you start to travel, you're like, oh, I got to keep this plane ticket. This was a fun trip. Now you're just like, it's another receipt for getting coffee.
Well, I still have to keep my plane tickets. I keep my baggage receipts for write-offs.
Yeah, you got to for taxes. That is true.
So is true. They go in a folder now.
These are business expenses, folks.
They don't go in a photo album. They go in a folder in my file cabinet.
In a file cabinet, and like you're just like, what month is it? February. Oh, where's the plane tickets? All right, here we go. Yeah. No, that's cool though. That's cool. Now, here's something, because it's been, as much as we keep saying it's been a year. You've seen the newer version of Blush, and I try to explain to people the explanation I always use, the moniker I always use is it's a playground for adults. There's so much. It's full of things to do. There's a VIP lounge. There's a sports bar on the 3rd floor, which they have beer pong tournaments, believe it or not. They have live comedy. They've had live music in the past. They've done a lot of different stuff. So there's something, you don't want to say there's something for everybody, but there's pretty much almost something for everybody there. There's a lot to do, and I tell people all the time, if you haven't tried the food in the sports bar on the 3rd floor, do it. I know some people go, sports bar at a gentleman's club, the food, really? Trust me, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Phoenix Phires would never steer you wrong. Have you tried any of the stuff at the sports bar yet?
I have not yet.
You have not yet. Now I got to sell her on it too. So as soon as we get done here, I'm going to noogie or two and get her to try the food sports bar. I'm kidding. I would never give
Somebody
you
come have food with me tonight.
Come have food. Buy her sandwich. Buy her maybe a nice dish or appetizer, and then you can hang out and then watch her dance later. It works out perfectly.
I'm hanging from the ceiling tonight.
And she's you have to explain how this works, because I've heard so much, and if you follow Phoenix on social media, you've seen. She'll give you some good behind-the-scenes stuff as to like how it all works and the costumes and rehearsals and stuff like that. You have to explain the aerodynamic presence and the aerodynamic event that is your show.
Oh, okay. So I started practicing aerial fabric about a year and a half ago, maybe, and if you've ever seen like a Cirque du Soleil show, they typically do it there. It's fabric literally from the ceiling, and I go up and spin around in it, and it's fun.
Now,
like it.
you say you've been practicing it. This isn't like something you just do in your garage, willy or nilly.
No.
There's a lot that goes into practicing this. This isn't just like sitting in front of a stand with your clarinet music. That's not this kind of practice. This is more intensive, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you got to explain the actual practice process behind this.
It's very I didn't realize it at first. It's very technical. Like I thought it was gonna be just like pole, like you get up and you stick to the pole and things happen. It's not like that. You have to know where your fabric needs to go. You have to wrap a certain way to make sure that whenever you go down, it's gonna catch you. It holds you in certain spots. It's very technical. It's more technical than you realize.
Not to mention the fact you obviously have to be in a pretty decent shape too. You can't just jump up there and you're literally hanging on to things. You don't say you're hanging on for your life, but it's pretty close, right?
You definitely build a lot of strength with your practice. Climbing, just doing like climbs up and down every day has made me so much stronger than I was when I first started. So,
and I almost forgot to point this out. You've now, granted, you've been doing this for quite a while, and you mentioned expos and stuff. You've won some awards too recently, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, you got to break that down for me.
Oh man,
we can't leave the important stuff out. This is the stuff that hangs on the mantle.
Won Miss Nude, Miss Nude Wisconsin was the last one, and I did the EDIs last year, the showgirl division. I got first runner up. I'm actually doing the EDIs again next weekend at Monroe's in West Palm Beach, Florida. So,
okay, you mentioned it, so I have to throw this out there. What did it entail to be named Miss Nude Wisconsin? How did that come about?
It's a showgirl competition. So you go and you actually perform a show, but their like requirement is you have to be naked for part of your show.
Well, I'd like to host it. It kind of defeats the purpose, right?
Right. So, yeah.
How often do you brag to people, I'm Miss New Wisconsin? You kind of stick your chest out, I'm Miss New Wisconsin. Thank you very much.
It's really funny because every once in a while I'll be at a club, like some random place around the country, and they go, Miss Nude Wisconsin? I'm from Wisconsin. I'm like, that's ironic. And it does happen sometimes.
You'd be surprised. Wisconsin people show up everywhere. A good friend of mine I've worked with in the business for a while. He lives in Wisconsin now. He lives in Madison. He's a dear friend of mine. And you hear people talking about, like, Wisconsin? Like, no, seriously. Seriously, Wisconsin folks are everywhere. It's pretty awesome. So the fact that you meet people like, oh, Miss New Wisconsin, you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's
like,
where
are we
weird.
at right now?
Like, you could be like in Tucson. You're like, Miss New Wisconsin. You're like, dude, really?
Yeah.
Like, where does that come from? Okay, so now you've been here since what? Since Tuesday? This is your second day here in town?
Correct.
How's it been so far?
It's been great. I had so much fun last night.
Now, you've been here before, so I'm sure you have a fan base. I'm sure you have quite a few in the audience that wait for you to get here and have fun doing it. So I'm sure you're having a ball. And let me get this straight. Let's see. We got, 4 more chances to check you out here in town? So it's Wednesday now, so you got 2 shows tonight, 2 shows each night for the next 4 nights. So that's 8 shows in total. We're not telling you to go to all 8, but at least 1 or 2 would be acceptable. In which case, definitely do that. Definitely hang out with Phoenix on the 3rd floor. Buy her a dish or a sandwich or a beverage of her choice. She doesn't discriminate. She likes it all, right? You're good for food and beverage. You're good with that, right? Absolutely. Plus,
I have a mushroom allergy. I don't think they serve mushrooms.
No mushrooms. Mushrooms are off the table. Everything else is cool. All right, as long as we got that cut and dry. And of course, stick around for the show. She's going to be spinning around in the air. That should be compelling enough. Phoenix Phires, man. And she was Miss New Wisconsin. You're running out of reasons not to do it. If nothing else, if Miss New Wisconsin didn't push you over the edge, then you probably are just a stubborn person. In which case, we have no hope for
Everybody likes boobs.
Exactly. What better place? Miss Newt, Wisconsin, and food and beverage. Blush Exotic, 9th Street downtown. Check it out. 4 more chances, 2 shows each night the rest of the week. Phoenix Fires, Josh Taylor. Even though she doesn't have the red hair anymore, but we still love her. True Live Radio. See ya.